Hey guys, Pete here. I'm going to deviate from HVAC, but I'm going to talk about something that I feel like is going to be important to you. I'm coming to you from Panama. I don't know if you can see back there. That's the view from the hotel. Um, have you ever had one of those moments where you realize I missed out on something huge? If only I'd have done this, everything would be different right now. This is one of those things right now. At some point in your future, you're going to look back and remember this video and you're going to think, man, I wish I listened to Pete. Or you're going to say, man, I'm glad I listened to Pete. This is not advice of the financial nature, but this is so important that I really think that you should hear this, particularly if you're a follower of mine and, kind of like some of the stuff. You guys know that I'm an integrity kind of guy. You guys know that I'm all about being honest and doing the right thing. What I've come across here is something that I've shared with all of my family. I've never been an investment type with stocks, NASDAQ, stock exchange, New York Stock Exchange, things of this nature. But I have dabbled a little bit, and that's a tough market. We are getting ready to see a shift financially with the U.S. dollar particularly. All that printing is coming to a head. We are really, really close. And what I want to talk about is something that you might want to consider, doing your own homework and see if this is right for you. But take a little bit of your investment and put it over into something that Pete is convinced is going to explode so big that the smallest of investments could be life-changing. And we're talking about not Bitcoin, but we are talking about technically crypto. I don't even want to say cryptocurrency, crypto utility. Okay. Right now, there is regulation that's being sorted through in the United States. Most of these currencies out there are going to be regulated right out. A lot of the technologies that a lot of this stuff is built on is going to go away, but that is only a bigger opportunity for you. I had a buddy of mine way back talk about he could have gotten Bitcoin at 25 cents per coin. 25 cents per coin. Right now it's dropped from $60,000 per coin, 25 cents, 60,000, down to a low $36,000. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So those kind of things, how in the world would you know, right? Well, one of the ways you can know is Pete's telling you about one that he's convinced that could produce similar results. Maybe not that big, but I'm pretty convinced that this thing's going to really do something pretty powerful. And the reason this is not some currency that's exchanged like fiat dollars that really is anything back in it. Will it crash one day? No, these are technologies. These are technologies that are used in cross-border payments, specifically financial transactions between institutions, central banks, the BIS, Bank of International Settlements, the big boys. The secret's out. We've seen it in their documentation. They're planning on doing this, but the price is suppressed. You are blocked from buying it for the most part. But if you know how to get around this, if you're familiar with this stuff, go look at one called XRP. But most importantly, if you're not, follow me on this. I actually put a couple of little videos together to walk my friends through, because I've been literally getting on cameras, doing screen shares on the computers and showing people how to do this. And so I went ahead and recorded one. I dropped it in my as a course over in my HVAC Greatness platform, even though it doesn't have anything to do with heating and air. And I just threw the cheapest, like $20 on there, just to cover costs for doing all this stuff. I'm getting ready to update another video today. Right now, as I'm recording this, the price has dropped. It's suppressed. This is one of those things that if you didn't get a chance to get into this a few months ago, this is an opportunity. We may have a little lull. It may take off like a rocket. We don't know. But I'm going to tell you what, It's not so much of a chart prediction. This is an unfolding of what's coming out, announcements, contracts, right? Adoption, things that are happening right now that if you'll jump on, not financial advice, Crazy Pete, I would say that $100 could easily be $500,000 at some point down the road. So this is one of those things that's not, we're going to play the market. I'm going to invest and I'm going to sell and this, that, and the other. If you're smart on this, that's why I put this in the course. I want to talk about how to put this in a certain location where you can draw interest off of it, never touch it. It's always producing income. So I've got a few HVAC guys that have literally, they're out there running their business, small guys, and they're taking and buying this stuff while it's inexpensive. But you can't buy it in the United States directly. Well, I found a couple of spots where you can in very minute quantities as they have it. When they run out, it's one of those things. I'll show you how to get around that and actually trade into it outside as simply as possible. Pete's no expert on this stuff. I'm just going to share with you what I do and how I protect it and put it in a secure area where nobody can, where you can't allow somebody that's technologically more savvy, trick you out of getting access to your funds. I'm going to show you how to park it somewhere where it's totally safe until you get that education in order to get through that. So if you've seen stocks like Amazon come and go, or Google, when you could have invested in Google way back in the day, or even Bitcoin, this might be your opportunity. I really feel like this could be life-changing, and that's why I've been putting this out there over and over again. I'm going to put a link underneath this video if you need help. If you don't need help, if you're already in there, look at XRP, look at the utility. I know there's a court case going on right now, but we also know this is a show. And I'm convinced that this may be some manipulation so that you can't access this. I'm convinced of that. Could be wrong. I don't know. It's Crazy Pete. But if you know how to access this, go get you some. If you don't, check out the link below. I'll walk you through. You look over my shoulder. I've screen shared. It's simple as boom, boom, boom. Okay. There's a few more steps in boom, 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 but I made it as simple as possible so that anybody, no matter what your background is, you can go in there and at least put a few dollars in there and just forget about it. That's what I'm telling my family. Not financial advice. Got to say that because people say, "Oh, you said to do this and it went to zero." It might. Heck, it might do that and still rebound up because they want, if this is manipulation, they would want to scare people like you and I away because they want to come in and swoop it up for cheap. And right now, it's less than $1 per coin. Predictions, I know you're waiting on this. I don't know. But it should be at about $5 right now. But because of this court case show, it's been suppressed. We're thinking that is probably going to be in the $50 range before too long, and we're thinking it's going to clear $100. Most people are thinking it's going to clear $1,000, and there's some very savvy financial investors that are predicting literally between $10,000 and $35,000 per coin that costs $1 right now. Now that's them. I don't know. They know more about this than I do, but I do know this. Once it goes into institutional adoption, once that money pours in, it's going to shoot up like a rocket. Not financial advice. If you do invest in this, buy, hold, and literally forget about it, right? We got some changes coming, guys. Be aware, be awake. And this is friendly advice from Pete to you. I know you guys follow my stuff. And, well, not all of you. Some of this may be your first time seeing it. But the point is, it's just advice. I've got all of my family putting a little bit in there. It's kind of funny. But, and I put my money where my mouth is as well. So hopefully you'll get at least some inspiration to go investigate this. Okay. And go find out, maybe you can improve your situation. But I'm feeling like this is going to be a life-changing investment at some point in the future. Pete Ramsey here, HVAC Greatness. You guys be cool. Bye-bye.